Hello and welcome back to the channel and welcome to another Fringe reaction. This is season 3 episode 9 and it's called Marionette, which is a kind of puppet. So I wonder if that's a clue as to what's going to happen here, because in the last episode our Olivia's swapped places again because fake Olivia was uncovered. So they swapped places again, so everyone's in their correct universe again, apart from Peter, obviously. So yeah, our Olivia had a lot of brainwashing going on while she was over the other side, and although she seemed to break that conditioning, I wonder if there's other layers and that she's now going to be used as a puppet, because they didn't need to swap them back. Yes, they needed to get their Olivia home, but they didn't really need to send our Olivia back. They could have just killed her. Admittedly, that would provoke the war even further, but see, I don't know what their motives are. Well, we do know what their motives are. We don't know what their strategy. We don't know what their strategy is going to be and how ruthless it is. They've got the shapeshifters, so their weaponry is well in advance, but then again they've had a lot of time to prepare for this. And to be quite fair, so have we. That's why Walt did all those experiments all those years ago. It is starting to come together, but I'm still no clearer as to where we're heading. Still, it's only episode 9, so we've still got quite a bit to go in this season. So I suppose we'll just go find out what this means and who's going to be the puppet.
Excuse me. Sorry. So sorry.
I think you've just been assassinated, mate. Oh, yeah, there he goes. Just slower acting. There we go.
So sorry, sir. But, there's no other way.
No other way for what, though? I guess we'll find out. That seemed like a lot of effort just to kill him. Oh, have they stolen his heart?
Don't let me die.
How are you alive?
Whoever did this was trained. His incisions have been made with precision. This is beautiful work.
Scar tissue.
Yeah. He's had heart surgery before.
Someone's reclaiming the heart.
What if somebody is harvesting organs on the black market?
Unlikely. His medicine cabinet rivals some pharmacy's got everything in there.
You wouldn't steal a heart from someone this sick if you were selling it.
Who's the prescribing physician?
Dr. Alexandra Ross.
You two go talk to this Dr. Ross.
I don't understand. His heart was removed?
We'd like to ask you about the medications that you prescribed him.
Of course. It was the standard regimen for transplant recipients.
Is he some sort of Frankenstein? He's trying to bring back the person that gave the heart in the first place. It would kind of seem that way. Yeah. Oh my God, that is Frankenstein all over.
All right, don't let him keep you here too late, okay? Night, Walter.
Good night, Esther. Peter, come here.
Esther. He's doing it on purpose. You should have taken the time off. You are cracking up under the stress now. You're succumbing to the trauma. Yeah. She lived in your house. She wore all your clothes. You're going to have to live with it. Yeah, she needs to talk to someone about this.
Peter told me what happened, you know, that he was seeing her. You know, I get it, but... You saw them together. What was he like with her?
Happy.
Olivia.
I'm sorry. Right. Okay, we should go. Royals wouldn't have called us in if he didn't have something.
Olivia, wait. He thought that she was you.
Yeah, I understand. It's fine.
It's not fine. Whatever feelings that Peter had, they were not about her.
They were about you.
They were about you. And they were real. They still are.
A cross-state search of police records turned up multiple organ thefts in the last 2 months. The incidents took place in 5 different states, but the MO of the crime is consistent.
You're saying the same person did all this?
It appears so.
Any of those organs transplants?
They all were. And not only that, they're all from the same donor.
What?
Do we have a name?
We have a donor number. Names are kept confidential. That was Astrid. We've got a name on the donor. Amanda Walsh. Her family lives in Providence. FBI's arranging an interview.
There's a light on him back.
Please.
Oh.
Help me. I was feeling fine. But as I was walking there, I started getting dizzy. Next thing I know, I'm strapped to a slab. He actually apologized.
He didn't want to hurt those people. It's about her. He didn't want her organs going to someone else.
Gonna call Broyles. Let him know we're on the way to talk to the family.
It's more than that. You know, after all these years of doing Fringe investigations, it's got to be more than that.
It turns out that the research that you and William Bell did on human tissue preservation didn't stop when you went to St. Clair's.
I have a working hypothesis, Esther. I need you to get me something. I need the organ donor.
Amanda Walsh.
Yes. I need her body. What's left of it.
Hey, are you at the Walsh house?
Yeah, why?
Well, Walter has some kind of a theory. He needs you to speak to Mrs. Walsh.
Okay, what's he need?
Mrs. Walsh, we'd like to ask your permission to exhume your daughter's body.
You can't.
I know that's an awful thing to ask.
No,
No.
it's not possible.
It's cremated.
Oh, Walter,
Oh my
come on.
God.
That's a person.
No, not at all. I suspect it's some kind of hardwood. Cherry, maybe mahogany, and...
Okay, so you got a bit of the coffin.
Are you sure?
I know that these are not human remains.
If that's not her, then where's her body?
Likely with the rest of her organs. I believe whoever is stealing these organs is trying to put this girl back together again.
I would want a little bit more of a test on those ashes, more than just a taste test. She seems to have eyes. I'm sure she had eyes before. Oh my god, she's a human marionette. That's what it's all about. Okay, he's an effing weirdo. This is weird. Is she actually alive?
Royals just confirmed your suspicion. Amanda Walsh's body was stolen before it could be cremated, and the funeral home covered it up. Apparently stealing bodies is not all that unusual.
Of course not.
Oh.
Theft of corpses is a time-honored tradition.
I'd hardly call grave robbing a tradition.
Whoever's out there fighting to give Amanda back her life, even though she chose to end it, loves her.
Is it her father? Because it matches the what I can perceive as the age difference.
Barrett is the only son of Nathaniel Barrett. heir to the Stanfield chemical fortune. 10 years ago, when his father passed away, Roland inherited everything. Does his postdoctoral work on cell decay and regeneration, but then quit abruptly because of an onset of severe depression. Then, 4 years ago, he picks up his scientific work at the Duck-He Genetic Institute. Part of an international team, there were hundreds of different researchers working on it.
It sounds like him to me.
Barrett's research contributed to the creation of synthetic life on the cellular level.
Well, that corpse, Amanda's corpse, should be way decayed by now. Yeah, that's going to be a bit of a culture shock, isn't it?
You made a terrible mistake, but it's okay now. You're back. I always told you I want to be there for you the way you were there for me, remember?
Yeah, there's nothing there. He can't regenerate the brain.
Where is she?
Downstairs.
What was your relationship to her?
I just wanted her to have another chance. Wanted her to live
That's
her life.
going to be more than that. You murdered like 5 people.
When I looked into her eyes, it wasn't Amanda.
You know what I need after a day like today?
For most people,
Marshmallows.
I'm guessing you're
Strawberry
gonna-
milkshake
I can do
with
that.
extra whipped cream.
Don't push it.
Is that a watcher?
I have arrived.
It is.
Yes. I am looking at him as we speak. He is still alive.
Oh, was you expecting him not to be? Odd ending, that. Okay, a little bit of a Frankenstein sort of story, kind of with some hints of Reanimator and some hints of, well, Pinocchio, I suppose. He was a little bit twisted, a little bit sick. Yeah, I can't sympathise with the murderer whatsoever. Not even in the slightest bit of way. And he seemed to be perfectly fine justifying it to himself. But the technology, the breakthroughs that he's done in cellular regeneration, they've got to re-emerge at some other point in the series. But yeah, okay. So one thing I got from the beginning was Broyles asking about his life over on the other side, and it got me thinking. It must be hard when you've got disappointment or regrets in your life, and you justify it. Well, you don't justify it. You come to terms with it by saying that it was just fate, circumstance, it just wasn't meant to be, or whatever. And then finding out, you know, the same you virtually in a different universe has it all, and didn't have those regrets. Yeah, that must be difficult. And I can understand it from Olivia's point of view, like I said. But like Peter said, I completely agree with Peter. Any clues that he might have picked up on, and there were a few, of course we knew, but I think there were a couple of clues that Peter should have picked up on. But like he says, you write it off as, you know, just, it's not the first thing you're going to think of. Even in that circumstance, it's not the first thing you're going to think of. And like he said, his relationship with her had moved to another level. So that alone could explain a change of behaviour and a change of attitude. So any clues that he might have been picked up on could be explained away by that in his rational mind. So I don't blame Peter on this one. I think Olivia needs to work on herself and try and like talk to someone and come to terms with what's happened to her, because that is a hard thing to come to terms with, and there's not going to be that many support groups out there for people that have been impersonated by their doppelganger from another universe. Therapy groups. It's a little bit unique, so I think she needs to go and find Temping Bowling Man, because he kind of gets the situations that she's being put into, and he was very good at getting her through the last trauma. So yeah, I'm assuming that he's going to come back into it next week after that maybe. Next one's called The Firefly, so that doesn't follow on to what I was saying previously at all. I've just realised. Yeah, next one's called Firefly. I'll see you then, hopefully. Until then, take care. Bye bye.